And there you have it, the starting lineup for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. A few familiar names we're seeing there, and like we said, we're seeing and hopefully, bring change here for the Falcons. Meanwhile, on the other side, Ateneo Blue Eagles, your starting lineup, also familiar names we see here.
And, take the stage this time around.
Opening serve by Adamson, good pickup. Pasino picked up by Domingo. Tip gets Adamson the first point.
Towering over the blockers of Adamson.
That's why it's important, for Adamson to make sure that they have, they guard the floor very well. But service from the Blue Eagles. Menor, cross court. Senior once again, good pickup. Oh, straight into the net. Point goes to Ateneo.
And you see how Adamson really heavily relying on the opposite spiker. They have been successful so far, but I think this is the danger.
Good pass. Salarzon denied by Coguimbal. We've all known that Coguimbal really is one of that very consistent middle attackers
last season.
Combination play blocked once again by Coguimbal. And catches the line.
I love how he's like really proving the point.
Just like you've just mentioned, yes, this is needs.
And, if you can stop it right there at the net, all the better.
Right.
You make things easier for your defense. And now they get their fourth straight point.
Lucusin with another point there.
So far.
It's a 4-0 run for the Soaring Falcons, and scores an ace with the help of the net.
5 consecutive points. Adamson, we have Lucusin with 4 points.
Combination play. Lucusin gets a hand off the blocker. Gets another point for Adamson. He's pretty much one of the consistent players that we see here for the Soaring Falcons.
Back-to-back block points allowed them to take the lead. This time around with Ateneo, very timely block as well as they play catch-up. But Obeda has other things in mind.
That was a perfectly executed play from Adamson. Look at the combination attack.
Was the decoy. And they got that point.
Drop shot, saved. Good coverage by Costello. Domingo. Once again for Pasino, bounces off the head of Menor. Lucusin. Well, that was a good save. Free ball, what do they do with it? Lucusin off the block and bounces off the hands of the blocker. What an exciting rally.
I love how it was at one point where, and for sure, the attacker will really pound on you.
And I think for Adamson, one thing to really consider is that they cannot go for just a single block. It always has to be at least two people manning the net. Tahiludin. Oh, this is another long rally. Tahiludin gets the set once again. Salarzon. Oh, this is going to be a free ball. What the Soaring Falcons do? Quick attack, swiped it in the hands. Well, then Adamson is actually, I think, has won most of the long rallies here.
Not yet.
Another powerful hit, and he just towers over everybody. He has a very, very good view of the defense of the Soaring Falcons. Let's take a look at that attack once again, right over the block.
And again, I think, later on we'll break it down, but it's in those crucial moments when they score the points, just like this one.
Good serve. They go to Minor. Good pickup by Ateneo, team captain. And he gets the score for Ateneo. Ateneo gets set number 1.
In set number 1, and you know, Ateneo just really pulling through the moment when they needed it the most at the tail end. Ateneo also with 43% success in digs. You know, all these players already very much warmed up after that extended first set.
Quick attack, Rangelejos.
Well, we now have Ken Batas on the floor for Ateneo.
Last year's
Strong serve.
MVP.
That's right. Tahiludin scores for the Soaring Falcons. Work the angles because you know you have very tall blockers in front of you. Pasino again just over the block.
A good serve right there. What Adamson is able to do, though, is really deliver good passing.
That's inside. Point for Ateneo.
Just having a lot of challenges in keeping the ball alive, coming from the attacks.
That's right.
Delivered by Ateneo.
Ateneo's attack.
But it wasn't them really dictating the pace.
Right.
And you know, that's the shift I believe Ateneo wants to do as they take full control here at the beginning of set number 2.
Second, if you don't score the ace, but you just get a poor pass, and then that does the job. It was long, but the hands caught the ball on its way out. Point goes to Ateneo.
Force these errors over on the side of Adamson.
And they have been doing a good job with that. Pasino denied a much-needed block on the side of the Soaring Falcons. And it was Tahiludin. Batas, good coverage. Oh, that was an excellent play. Domingo with a one-hand set. Excellent connection with Obeda. That deserves a replay. Let's take a look at that once again.
You know, I love how they still made it work. Look at that.
Good strong serve. Excellent set by Domingo. Oh, what a block by Dokusin. Yeah, the blocking of Adamson is working well here in the set. Those are big blocks, actually.
They do recognize, again, they have to work double time. Ateneo, obviously. Very strong offensive team.
Another excellent defense at the net for Ateneo. Well, that means for Adamson, rather. Another block from Adamson. Excellent defense at the net. Tahiludin, good serve. Pasino. Costello will set up Visorio, who is denied. This time around, it's a turn of the Blue Eagles to score a block.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what an angle from Pasino. Not as sharp as before.
I think the key really is finding those open spots. He went cross court. You know, he's got the crowd cheering as well. Sometimes that's
You
what
gotta
you
give it
need.
to them, you know.
Yeah. Oh, we love that.
Good hit.
Cross-court attack.
Point.
On deck to serve for the Blue Eagles, Ken Batas.
Good strong serve. Tahiludin off the block. Gutierrez gives it back to Alejos. very small space to work with.
And in that last point, he managed to squeeze it in between the two blockers.
Pasino denied by Menor and Ateneo. You know, in the past seasons, as I recall, you know, it has been quite the same story for both of these teams. Another block, and Menor once again denying Pasino.
They just need 1 point to close out the set.
Good pass as well, of course, from Ateneo. Batas off the block, picked up by Menor. Domingo. Good coverage for the Soaring Falcons. Menor from the back row. This is an overhit. And Adamson gets the point. Tahiludin wins the joust at the net. It's really one of the best strategies that you can have. And the set 3 is underway. First point goes to Ateneo. Of course, they would want to start out strong.
You see Coach Vince still reassuring the guys, saying, calm down, bawi lang.
Salarzon off the block, kept alive on the side of Adamson. Dukusin gets the set off the hands of the blocker. Good save by Okeke. Short by Salarzon. Set up for Dukusin, too short. Good save, Salarzon once again. Off speed, and that does it for Ateneo.
Actually make a difference there at the net.
That's actually a big thing, you know. You see how much they celebrate every time that they get to deny somebody on the side of Ateneo. Domingo, set up there for Dukusin, off speed, good save by De Castro. Batas, but also good defense by Menor. Dukusin off the block.
Oh, another long rally.
Drop shot, still alive on the side of Adamson. Whew. Gutierrez goes to Salarzon.
The captain.
That was a long rally. Any chance that you get, oh, that was outside. Right, the slightest of margins.
There was a swag. This time around, you blow
so
it.
the variation doesn't end
with just
with
the
attacks. Yes.
But it didn't sa celebration because both teams are playing on an even field. One each. It is out.
It is outside, right?
Domingo is actually the one earlier.
That's outside. Or it touches the line, so that is a service ace. Oh, there was recognition on the side of Ateneo. No need for the challenge, they said. They acknowledged the touch. It's Brian Castro.
For Adamson and 2 block points. And most of the points really coming off errors.
That's right. From the back row. Is that out? Tahiludin not successful, although that was a good play. Adamson is admitting to the touch. Point goes to Ateneo. Good pass. Tahiludin picked up. Well, that was a poor reception, a free ball given to Adamson. What will they do with this? Combination play does not work.
Garces. Those moments that you're not sure anymore na ba yung tumama.
Oh, because of how fast things were. But this time around, there was no touch also based. They're down by 2. He already has 15 points. Salarzon picked up by Tahiludin. Menor off speed. They go to Salarzon once again.
Oh.
Did they catch some hands? There was, I think. Leo Cogimbal now serves for set point. De Castro. Okeke. Oh, I think that it would have gone outside, but if you're not sure, then why not? Okeke getting a point for Ateneo.
This all looks too familiar.
I mean, we wouldn't expect anything less. They've set the trend, so why not do it again for the third? the challenges that happen at this stage, usually it kind of breaks the momentum. So was there a touch? No touch, according to our replay.
I mean, we did mention earlier how they've only beaten UE in the previous season. And I mean, look at how they're also challenging Ateneo now. Keep your blockers guessing.
Tahiludin just safely over. Pasino denied. Pasino once again. Good pickup by Dukusin. That was a tough angle that they managed to pull through. And Tahiludin. Was it Minor? Gets the point for Adamson. Take a look at that. That was a sharp angle. And, you know, Adamson has been struggling with that area.
Yeah, I love how both teams are really fighting hard for this game.
Denied by Garces. What a comeback here for the Soaring Falcons.
I love the smile on their face. I mean,
you know, I think both teams are really trying to distribute all the sets as much as possible.
I think, you know, for both these teams, we have mentioned, you know, they have different perspectives, you know, coming into today's match. Ateneo always at the cusp of getting into the top 4, but just somehow, no, hindi lang umaabot. Meanwhile, we expect nothing less from the Blue Eagles.
That ball bounced off the net, but I think it touched some hands. Salarzon gets the set and finds an open area at the back court. Ateneo up by 2, it's 3.
Also look at on the side of the Blue Eagles.
This part of the Ateneo lineup. Minor gets a point for the Soaring Falcons with that tip. Maybe Cogimbal can be successful. He does push it over. Good pickup as well from Minor. Lestado off the block, saved by Salarzon. They go to Okeke. Good pickup by Cogimbal. Joust at the net, kept alive on the side of Adamson. Lestado once again denied. 5-point advantage being enjoyed by Ateneo. He gets another chance. This time around, just sends it softly over. Pasino denied. Okeke off speed. Another opportunity now. They go to Tahiludin, who's denied. Lestado keeps it alive. He gets the set. Quick attack. Blocked. This is going to be a free ball. Guy goes to Quick. Kept alive by Ateneo. This is too close to the net. It's going to be a free ball. Another long rally. Pasino.
He has to find a way how to stop it. And one of those long exchanges. Bawal mapagod, bawal kumura.
Well, things are pretty slow for the Soaring Falcons here in this set. 6 points out of the 7 that they have right now were courtesy of the errors on the side of Ateneo. They have to find a way to recover. First things first, a good pass. Quick attack. Crisostomo keeps that alive. Salarzon gets the set, off speed. Nobody home. Only one person guarding the entire.
So those adjustments, yung peripheral vision really working for you when you take your approach.
Oh, perfect pass there by Minor. Crisostomo back to Salarzon. Another off speed. Salarzon really going for the end line. Collision on the side of Ateneo, but still alive. Pasino denied at the net. And,
Adamson clearly the bright spot is their passing. Ateneo are seeing some variety in terms of the way that they play and execute. More activation in the middle, but Dukusin also challenging that.
you know, for Adamson. Combination play. What do you do about that?
I love how Gutierrez is now trying to be creative. More
Serving for Adamson.
Good serve, but a good pass as well. Quick attack. And there's much you can do, really, with
an injury, just probably fatigue also.
Good pickup by Salarzon. Game resumes. He gets the setup. Domingo sets up Minor. Oh, that catches the line. This is a good comeback. Important serve here for Alejos. He puts it over. Perfect pass. Domingo goes to Minor, and why not? He has been scoring for Adamson.
What you want to avoid is going into that fifth set. I mean, if you can hold on to this, extend it in the same fashion as they did previously, but that one is clearly they are holding on so tight here in this set.
Oh, that was out, barely making the line, but I think they will try to challenge this. Perfect pass on the side of Ateneo. Keke from the opposite, gets denied. Ailudin and Garces teaming up. Really playing a lot, or the time that he spent inside the court hasn't really been as much.
But I think what matters is when you're there, you have contribution.
That's right. Oh, that catches the line, and point goes to the Blue Eagles.
You know, we're already here in the fifth set. We expect nothing less from both these teams. I mean, we've seen how they've extended our previous set.
Let's take a look at the replay. No touch, no hands.
Isn't a forced error. I mean, you're the only one there committing that error.
Quick attack, Cogimbal pushes it. Was there a touch from the block?
No touch.
No touch. Cogimbal thought there was. I think would they be challenging this? Yes.
7-6.
Pass is good. Domingo goes to Dukusin. Ball still alive. Domingo returns. Quick thinking on the side of Adamson.
But Domingo, we've seen that earlier as well. When he gets that opportunity at the net, you know, he won't.
So the earlier challenge that Ateneo had with this reaching over, it was on the favor was on the side of Adamson. So at the same time, or the same for this instance, so no
solid, ano? Tapos tumama lang and lumabas. That is a tough one.
Close to the net, Garces was there. So now, again, no room for errors. Salarzon, good pickup. Another excellent play on the side of Adamson. You know, Domingo is having a field day. Serve. They go to Salarzon, who did try to hit high, but the blocking of Adamson just comes in at the right moment. Garces.
Each and every unit, you know, each and every person on the floor doing things on point.
Right.
I think, and it's all happening at the same time. You know, it's not just one person doing well. It is good passing, delivered to Domingo. You know, you did mention how Ateneo is having some challenges with their first pass, with their reception. Gotta give credit to Gutierrez, who's been chasing after and trying to create plays out of it.
A good job at the moment. Almagro with a crucial serve. He has been serving well for Ateneo. Important serve there by Almagro for Adamson.
You also see Coach Vince Mangolagnan on the other side checking in. Who had that touch, and what an eagle eye from the coaching staff.
Passers on the side of Adamson. Better pass this time. Go to Minor. Ball still alive. Who will they go to? They go to Okeke. Oh, but there's a challenge. Adamson just needs to have a good pass, but there is a whistle. The point is awarded to Adamson. Was it a wrong server?
I
That
think-
this is so anticlimactic.